Warning, this video may contain content that may not be suitable for children or anyone else that is easily offended. Strong language, graphic content, nudity, bad jokes, and a possible idiot, aka myself, may be featured in the following clip. Viewer discretion is advised. It is not responsible for any damages that you receive watching this video. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Zems, and welcome to another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to Mr. Nightmare's top 3 true scary pizza delivery horror stories. For those of you that don't know, pizza deliveries are pretty horrifying. Let me tell you about an experience I had. I mean, it wasn't delivery, but one day I was walking through the shopping center and I was hungry. My stomach been hurting and I haven't ate all day, so I'm walking down the lot. Then I'm walking, I'm not really reading the sign. I'm like, oh wow, that looks nice. A pizza place. I haven't had pizza in a minute. So I walk in and then I'm looking at the menu and stuff. Then the lady was like, hey, welcome to Little Caesars. Bruh. My heart dropped. And I realized they were trying to kill me because they were trying to feed me cardboard. And if I wanted to eat cardboard, I would just go to the back of Walmart and eat cardboard off one of their delivery trucks. From that day forward, I just never been the same. And it could have been worse. I could have walked into Papa John's. If you guys haven't already, be sure you swoop down to that description box, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, support your boy. We're right around the corner from 800, but also swoop down to that description box and go check out Mr. Nightmare. Go watch the original video without me talking through it. I already know one of the horror stories is going to be they look down, they seen mushroom on the pizza. I'm sorry, I'm just going to put that out before I say it. If you put pineapple on pizza, bruh, you need to be sentenced to life in jail. I don't care what nobody say. That's just facts. Debate down below. Should pineapple be on pizza? I think it should be a crime. I think they should stop doing it. Story 1, let's get it. I hate when these things pop up.
So I've been a pizza delivery guy for a decent amount of time. And I usually get stuck with a crappy shift of 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Well, that is bad.
I live in a pretty small city out in the boonies, so there's only like 1 murder per year in our area.
That's not bad.
Last month there were 3 back-to-back murders, and we as drivers keep on that stuff. But hey, we average out pretty good for just driving around the city all night, so it wasn't anything to get too worked up about. Anyway, it was probably around 1 a.m., and there was only me, another driver, a cook, and our manager, who's in his mid-20s.
That's all that happens.
Understanding because he had been a driver in his teens. We were all finished with all the cleaning and stuff like that because it was an unusually slow night that night. Then we finally got an order. I was the so-called lucky one to get to take this delivery down the dirt road in the middle of nowhere. I personally had never delivered to that area.
Abort mission.
10 miles away from where I lived, so I knew there was only going to be about 5 houses on that lonely 4 miles of road. I put
Red
the
flag
in my car and started on my drive. I had just put in 2 12-inch subwoofers in the back of my 99 Honda Accord to complete my white trash look.
Anyways, boy, if I would have pulled up to one of those 5 houses and I knocked on the door and somebody tried to slide me, boy, I would have been like, here's your extra Glock on the side, boy. He said, but I ordered breadsticks.
Secured in there,
boy.
Being an unkept dirt road, I was driving pretty slow. My GPS told me I had arrived, but it was about a mile off. So I turned down the subs and pulled up to what I believed to be the house. Our boss has a thing about never pulling up in the driveway, no matter how much of a walk it is.
Back in.
This was one of those times that I thought I'd actually do what he says. I grabbed the pizza and receipt and walked up to the door. It was a long driveway, and what sucked was they had the audacity to leave all the outside and inside lights off to the house. Probably just watching a movie, I thought to myself.
Nah, bro, because if they was watching a movie with the lights off, you see the little flashes. You know when the lights are off, you see the flash like they're watching TV. Nah, bro, if they're not. If the lights are off, I'm going to tell my boss, like, hey, I knocked. I didn't see nobody answer the door. If I see a long driveway and it's dark and there's no lights on in any of the buildings, no, bro, I'm turning around and I'm going home. Bro. I'm eating that pizza. I'll keep the pizza in the trunk and say I delivered it or something.
I got up to the door and knocked. Nothing. Great, a 10-mile drive here for nothing. I knocked again and again. I started to get uncomfortable, and that's when I heard the quiet sound of someone or something walking. It was coming from around the side of the house that I couldn't see.
The large pizza and the Glock.
I was a bit unnerved and decided this was a great time to start heading back to my car. I didn't want to go back empty-handed though. When I got to the safety of my car, I decided to ring up the person and see if they were just asleep.
Nope. I would have bought the pizza.
Just imagining the footsteps or mistaking them for the creaking of the old house. No answer. I decided to balls up and head over to the door one last time for one final knock. So I put my phone on flashlight mode and walked up to the door. One more knock and nothing. This time I heard the footsteps again, and I turned my light and saw a man wearing some sort of werewolf mask. I bolted to my car, looking closely on my heels.
Bruh,
Obviously,
that caught me off guard. Mr. Nightmare doesn't usually do this. Usually he'll just show a picture, but the boom. Dang, man, what he should have did anyway was when he was at the beginning of the parking lot, he should have rolled up, took the pizza out, would have been like, Krusty Krab, pizza is the only one for you and me.
but he wasn't the fastest man out there, and I easily made it to the car with time to spare. I threw the pizza in the car and floored it, almost hitting the man with my car.
You should have hit him.
I called the police, and it turned out that, while yes, this call had been made from inside their house, the actual residents were out of town. This was only a few days ago, and they haven't found the guy.
Oh, wow.
I included a picture of that.
Bro, look at this. All right, this would have been it right here. So he says a long driveway. So what I'm assuming is he probably noticed it was long right about here. Or he could have came in from this way and turned. This would have been enough for me. All these abandoned cars, this one little house and the lights are off. Nah, bro, wrong address. Return to sender.
The house for all to see.
Going back to wherever I was.
The yellow indicates where the guy was. I still wonder if this man was part of the murders in our quiet little town. But whoever that was, they probably weren't in it for the pizza.
Yeah, they wasn't. They was about to give you one of they breadsticks, boy.
On a lazy Friday night when I had the house to myself, I was chilling in the living room with the lights off, watching movie after movie. It was past like 10, and I had a craving for pizza, so I ordered a pie from the local late-night pizza place. It was a rainy night, part of the reason why I chose to just stay in and watch movies.
Who craves pizza though? Like, ugh. If you crave pizza, make sure you hit that like button if you disagree with me.
Ironically, I was watching some scary movie at the moment, and at some point during that, I heard loud steps coming up the front stoop outside. I waited for a knock or a doorbell, but when I didn't hear either, I muted the TV out of curiosity. I then went to the front door and quietly lifted the slider above the peephole to look out at who could be on the porch. I was expecting to see the pizza guy, but at first all I thought I saw was black. It took me a few moments to realize I was looking back at someone's eye.
Oh my goodness.
Up on the other side of the peephole.
Bro, I would have poked him right in his eyeball.
Back from being startled. I called through the door asking if it was the pizza guy. A deep man's voice called back, "Yes, it is." But something wasn't right.
Here's your tip.
Again. It seemed like the man on the other side was covering it with his hand or something. I didn't know what to do, other than yell, "Why are you covering the peephole?" He didn't respond to that. Instead, he just knocked on the door. I yelled at him to please leave, and I walked away from the door back to the living room. A few moments later, the doorbell rang, and I heard the same deep
housekeeping
yell, "Pizza, open up." I once again got up and went to check through the peephole, but he was still covering it.
And that's when you go upstairs, be like, just a minute, I'm getting your tip. Go up to your room, grab that 12 gauge from under the bed. Be like, oh yeah, you unlock it. Hey man, come right in.
Shouted at him again to please leave or I'd be calling the police. Now I turned off the TV to allow for total darkness in the house. All I could hear for a while was the sound of the pouring rain outside.
That's why you need cameras.
I went back to the front door to look through the peephole once again. Now I was able to see through it. The man was no longer on the stoop. I called the pizza place and asked the guy who picked up the phone if he could check if the delivery driver had arrived to my house yet. I of course explained what was going on and why I was asking for that. He said he'd give the driver a call and then call me back. So I hung up and waited like 2 minutes. And the guy called me back to tell me that the driver had not yet arrived to my house, and he suggested that I call the police. He also said the driver would call me when he arrives.
Bruh, I don't...
And then hung up the phone.
Like, what's taking you so long to call the police, bro? He had his eyeball. What pizza delivery man be like, I got the pizza, open up. Where's the pizza at? I don't know, it's out here, but if you open the door, I'll give it to you.
Hearing knocks from the back door.
Man, this is how people die, bro. Oh my gosh.
This couldn't be happening. I actually felt sick. I crept to the back door, which has a pull-down blind which covers the glass for privacy. It was currently pulled down. This next part I still don't understand. Even though I crept quietly to the back door, as soon as I got there, that same familiar voice said, "I see you there, open the door." Then he tried opening it himself, but thank God it was locked. Once again, I yelled I'm calling the cops if he didn't leave. By luck of good timing, my phone began to ring, and it was the real pizza guy calling to say he was here.
Bro, he better
I
go.
told him to please come to the front door quickly.
Don't don't do that. Why would you tell him to go to the front door when there's an exterior? It's a predator outside your back door, bro. You gonna tell him to go to the front door so he can get clapped too? Oh my God, that was so selfish, bro. This is how people die in Warzone. This is how people die, bro. Instead of telling him, hey man, don't come here. There's some weird, mysterious dude out here. Call the police. He said, oh yeah, come up front so you can be the distraction so I can make a run for it. Oh my gosh.
Let him in. He asked if I needed help, and I begged him to stay with me until the police would show up.
And then he opens the door. What if that dude, he would have already been circling around back because he heard a car coming and he ran in and got both of you.
And he did me that favor. Police showed up within 10 minutes.
You better get a tip.
Waiting with me made me feel a lot better. There weren't any other disturbances from that man outside from the time the pizza guy got there to the time the police left. I went straight to sleep after that. I went so far as to pushing my dresser in front of my door, just as a desperate act of feeling safe.
How can you sleep after that?
God, that man left for good.
Or did he? I couldn't sleep that night, boy. I'm staying up. I'm ready for war.
A little past 9 p.m. on a Saturday 3 years ago.
Gino's Pizza.
I was delivering pizzas for this pizza place called Gino's.
Look good,
It
though.
was my last delivery of the night. My last delivery at that place ever, actually. Not because my shift was ending, but for reasons you're about to find out. I was supposed to deliver one regular pizza to this house around 10 minutes from the restaurant. I got there relatively quickly because I drive fast. It was a gated property, so I had to park on the street and walk through the gate up the decently long pathway to the front door.
I gotta sneeze.
There, I rang the bell and waited. No one answered after a minute, so I rang it again. I knew the doorbell was working because I heard the ringing from outside. Finally, the lights in a room next to the front door turned on, so I naturally looked up to the window. And there were two people looking out the window at me, extremely off-putting and unnerving. As I looked back at them, the front door opened, and a man wearing some pig mask opened the door. I couldn't see his face, but he sounded very joyous for the arrival of the pizza. He apologized for their costumes and said they were having a role-playing party. He told me to come in for a second since it was cold and that he'd go fetch his wallet.
Since we're role-playing, I'm going to be a bad pizza delivery man. Act like I delivered your pizza and I didn't, and then get in my car and go back to my workplace and clock out.
I stepped into the house and he shut the door behind me. Then he disappeared into another room.
Red flags.
To get a view into the adjacent room. And the two people I saw standing at the window moments before were gone. The man called me into another lit-up room nearby.
Get out of there.
I didn't feel too comfortable, to be completely honest. The whole mask thing was insanely weird, and the two creepy people watching me at the window. Still holding the pizza box, I walked to the other room. As I passed the living room into the room next to it, I was just...
He's about to get clapped.
As to what I saw. There were 6 chairs covered in white sheets arranged in a circle. 4 of them were being sat on by other people wearing bizarre plastic animal masks. The guy in the pig mask who opened the door said, "Come in, it'll just be a moment."
No, bro.
What are you guys role-playing exactly? All 5 of them erupted into this creepy laughter, making me even more uncomfortable.
Aw, kill the pizza man.
The pig mask told me to sit in one of the empty chairs. I looked at him without saying a word. Then I saw someone else creepily entering the room, kind of half hiding behind a wall opposite me. He was wearing a frog mask.
Frog?
I said, "You can just have the pizza," as I started to back away. There was no more laughter, no verbal response. 2 of the people in chairs started moving towards me, so I did the only thing I could think to, and I threw the pizza box as hard as I could at them into the room and ran for the front door. And then I sprinted to my car. And yes, I was chased outside. One of them tried breaking my passenger side window as I hightailed it out of there. I floored it down the street and went back to the pizzeria, where I told my boss what happened, that I was basically robbed, if not about to be kidnapped or worse. He didn't even want to call the cops. And with that, I quit that job that night. Against my better judgment, I got another pizza delivery job a few months later.
No.
Nothing even remotely close to something this strange ever happened again.
Bruh, you know how lucky he is? If those dudes were smart and this story, what he's saying is true, he got extremely lucky. What if he did go that way and then somebody went back around the other way and blocked his exit? So he would have threw that pizza and then tried to run out and the exit was blocked. He could have been killed, tortured. I think it was some kind of code. Or they were just trying to be like a prank, but then again, he said he tried to break his window. So I'm thinking it was role playing some kind of sacrifice or something like that, bro. But yeah, man, if you guys haven't already, be sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're 16 subscribers away from 800. make sure you go check out Mr. Nightmare, man. He's one of the greatest horror storytellers up there. He's definitely on my top 5. I'll leave a link down below. I couldn't deliver because you don't know. If I was a pizza delivery man, they were like, hey, just come inside. I got the... No, I'm not coming anywhere, bro. Your pizza's here. It's on your doorstep. Give me my money and I'm getting out of here. I'm not coming to no back room. I'm not going upstairs. I'm not going into the attic. If your lights are off, you're not getting any pizza. If your lights are on, I knock twice and you don't answer the door, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving you no chances. I'll get fired before I even if I even feel a tingle in my spine or my butt hair anywhere, bro, I'm getting out of Dodge. Because for some reason, if your body is telling you something's wrong, 9 times out of 10, there's something wrong. Listen to your feelings, listen to your instincts, whatever it is, get out of there, bro. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And no one told you today, I love you.